back to another quick live. I'm gonna make this quick. I just want to talk about how the narcissist was not prepared to lose you. And that's why it's good not to let the narcissist in on your plans as far as getting out of the relationship with them, ending a relationship, because they're going to do everything they can to get in the way of stopping that, preventing it from happening. They're definitely going to try to mess with your head and fulfill it with negative thoughts of why you're not ready to be on your own. You know, they want to fear monger you into staying back with them and continuing to endure the abuse you've been through for so long. So it's good not to let the narcissist know that you're going to get out. You're leaving them. Don't even let them think that you're just taking a break. It's good to leave in silence. It's good not to make noise. Don't let them know nothing. Already have your ducks in a row. Have everything laid out. Already have an unbeknownst place to stay. They don't need to know where you're going. And if they reach out to your people about you, don't even tell your people where you're going. Keep it completely discreet, you know. Keep it on the hush. They don't need to know nothing, because that way they will be unprepared when you leave, and there won't be no distractions getting in your way of moving forward. So you can clear your mind and decide what your plans are, once you disconnect from that toxic situation. So the narcissists, they're very tricky. They will still try to find a way to contact you just to let you know, well, you're already gone now. I understand that, this is what you wanted, but just letting you know it's not going to be that easy. Like you're going to need me type stuff. Hello, Carla. You're going to need me and stuff like that. And don't let them get in your mind and make you think that you can't do it on your own. Starting over is difficult for a lot of people. It's not going to always be an easy transition, especially when you've been, you so used to one living situation. You've been with a person for so long. That's not something that you could just get used to right away. It'll take some time and some adjustments. You may even have to change jobs, but it's still worth it. It's still worth removing yourself from a narcissistic situation, even if it's a job, not just a relationship. Put that 2 weeks notice in, but you still got to have the ducks in a row. Don't just put the 2 weeks notice in and you don't have something else lined up. Don't leave that way, because if they have the opportunity, and if it's, if they see where this can potentially hold you back, they'll probably put a bad word out there for you to where you can't even get in where you're trying to go next. So don't give them an idea of your plans. The narcissist, you know, they live off of what they want to do in order to keep you. Like, they know how to hoover in a way, and they know how to talk a good talk. And it worked for so long, so of course they're not going to expect you to get out. But it happens. And that's the best thing that could happen for anybody, especially if you do it, in a different way than just blowing up in the moment and leave. You don't want to do it that way, even though I understand if you do, because enough is enough. Now, when I say that they're not prepared, they're not ready, they weren't ready because the thing is, they start to scramble and look for ways of getting you back. And they can't think of nothing new, because what they've been doing for so long is the same old thing, and it's been working. So now they can't think of anything else that will convince you that they're a changed person or they are willing to change in order to please you and have a better relationship. Don't fall for that. None of that is going to work. Don't trust nothing they have to say when they do catch up, and if they catch up with you, once you move on. Because it's just a trick of the enemy to hold you back. And they're also angry. Know that they are very angry because you got away. So trust and believe there is a punishment somewhere within the narcissist. They're thinking of a way to get you back because you left them high and dry. You may have been the breadwinner. You may have been the one taking care of everything for so long. And so now they are in shambles. They're in panic mode because they don't know how I'm going to do this without you. And you may not even know how you're going to make it alone, but you're willing to give it a try and just see what life holds, ahead for you, because dealing with the unknown is better than dealing with staying back in a toxic situation with a narcissist. Say hello, Orange VR. That's true. Hello, I'm Brazilian. Sorry, don't speak English. Oh, okay, Star. As Carla said, my ex narcissist still try to hold me after almost 4 years, staying no contact. Yeah, they sometimes they just never give up. I mean, they'll spend a lifetime trying to see how they could get you back and where did it go wrong. They want to keep having the same conversation. Like, what do you want me to say this time that's going to change the way, I feel? Because I'm still focusing on me and moving forward, staying away from you. So, what do we got to talk about now? Because a lot of times they try to convince you, they try to get you to admit that you made a mistake by leaving, even though you're gone and it's over with and they've accepted. But it feeds their ego to know that you're willing to say something that they need to hear. Like, I'm not going to tell you that I made a mistake leaving just so we can get that out the way and make you feel better in this moment. And then be like, but how's things been going? No, you're not going to snake your way back into my life, you know, through the conversation that you're trying to start. Because the best thing to do is not even give them the time of day if you should run into them. And you probably will, especially if you live in the same city. You might run into the narcissist. You just might. And I still wouldn't conversate. I would not talk to them about what's been going on with me. We don't need to talk about why I left. They already know why you left. They weren't doing anything to really keep you there and keep you happy and make you feel safe in a relationship. So why should I stay? And then think about it. You probably attempt to leave so many times that you changed your mind and you came back and you stayed with them way longer than you needed to. And what they don't realize is that they really needed you more than you needed them. But they wanted you to think that you needed them more. That's why they tried to fearmonger you by telling you that you're not gonna, you're just not gonna be able to adjust to this new situation. It's not gonna be as easy as you think. Okay, it might not. And guess what? I'm still gonna give it a try. I'm still, going on with my plans. And I'm still not gonna be with you, because that's all they want to hear. They want to hear how afraid you are to take chances and move on. They think that you won't be able to survive without them. And the whole while you were surviving without them. You pretty much was carrying the weight of the whole relationship. So they are good at trying to trick you. And again, they're not willing to fix anything. They'll just tell you that I don't think it's right that you didn't give me a second chance. Well, I gave you so many chances in the past. So don't listen to that either. They just trying to fool you. They just trying to get to your emotions. If they can get you to just start thinking about changing your mind, then they know they're getting somewhere. That's why it's good not to give them the time of day, because they're very deceitful. And it's like they use like witchcraft on you, like they try to hypnotize you with certain words so that you can, tell them what they want to hear. You say, absolutely, they're just a waste of time. Yeah, they're not gonna do nothing different. They're not gonna do nothing different that's, to where they willing to benefit you. You know, they may ask you to give them a second chance while they figure things out. No, I don't want to waste my time waiting on you to pretend like you want to change. Like you had all that time to do that already and you didn't. Um, yeah, but the narc, they're who they are. Again, they benefit off you more than anything. They needed you. That's why they came in your life. And say all they do is gaslight, future fake lie, cheat, use passive aggressive behavior to get you to fall for their shenanigans. Yeah, that's all they do. And again, it's like it's in their nature to only be who they are. They can only pretend. See, they didn't have time to prepare to come up with something to convince you that you need to stay with them, to hold you back. They don't have the tricks up their sleeve this time. So now they got to go back to the drawing board and come up with something different. But it's too late. It doesn't matter how prepared they try to get, it's still too late. You're already gone. And what frustrates them is knowing that they have lost someone who was by their side through everything. A person who showed them true love and compassion and empathy, and they lost it all. They ruined it. They took it for granted for so long, and they really think they could get that back by doing the same thing. No, it don't work like that. And then if that doesn't work, they try to use the thing that they're, most known for a lot of times, getting close to you, having intimate moments. And then you start to think like, like you're just so turned off by the fact that you stayed in that situation so long. You start to look at yourself like, ugh, what was I thinking anyway? And then it's like you have to think of a nice way to turn them down. All the other times you were willing to just give in and give them what they want, let them have their way with you. But now it's like, oh Lord, put the right words in my mouth because I'm really about to blow you down. I'm really about to blow them down, you know, questioning me about something like that. Like, I don't owe you intimacy. I know that, especially with a lot of the male narcs. I know that you have needs, but that's not my responsibility anymore to fulfill those needs. And you were never willing to really consider my feelings, needs, and pour into me the way that I have always done for you. But who's gonna sit and have this conversation now? Not me. And they don't want to hear that anyway, because it holds them accountable for who they are. So you like, we don't even gotta talk at all. But don't disrespect me, because they will disrespect you and ask you for sex after you've been long gone. And that will just take you back to, you know, realizing why you left in the first place, because you just the same old pig. Just, like nothing about you will ever change. All I could see is a person who is, like self-fulfilling, all about what makes you feel good. So why would I want to come back to that? You don't, you start to feel, like you really start to have these negative feelings toward them, and you don't want to. They may even turn to I hate to say it, like hateful feelings toward them. You may develop hate in your heart based off the way they used to treat you. And then for them to have the audacity to want to see you again, and for what? You're not offering me nothing new. The same thing you were offering me then, you're doing it now, and it's empty. It's just like an empty gesture. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't impress me. You can't turn me on. Like, I've been turned off from you for a long time. It's like, once you see the narcissist for who they truly are, you can't unsee it. And it's just disgusting. It's a disgusting thing to witness. And then you start to look at yourself like, what was I thinking? Why was I with them? And that's because you getting yourself back. And I know I mentioned this in yesterday's live. You getting back to that old you that got more love and respect for yourself, and it's just a good thing. It's a good day. It's a new beginning. And who cares about looking back? You can't beat yourself up forever. You do have to hold yourself accountable for certain things that you've known better and but chose not to do better. You do have to hold yourself accountable for that part. You're not completely innocent throughout the whole situation, but yeah, you she just say, so why you want them to feel bad? No, I don't want them to feel nothing. I don't care if you talking about me personally. What I'm saying about the fact that the narcissists, they weren't prepared. What I mean, I'm making a point that when they show up, in attempts to try to get you back, they're not showing up with nothing new. Like, why do I need to give you a second chance? And this is like the fifth chance. So, what are you offering? You're not offering me nothing that will convince me that you're willing to change or that you have changed. I don't see it. I don't feel it. You're going to feel it. A person who's into, if you're spiritual, you get me. You get me. You just not gonna feel it, you know. And in the beginning, you didn't feel it either. You were just giving them the benefit of the doubt based off your heart, based off the fact that you're someone who's full of empathy, and you believe in giving chances. You know, you weren't quick to shut people out, but that's the old you. There's still a lot of, the new you, the same. You're still that same person, but it's like you needed to toughen up. You needed to become more aware of what you could change about you too, to kind of like protect yourself, to set boundaries in life. Because at one time, I didn't set boundaries. So I was letting everybody in who wanted to get close to me. I let everybody in, and they didn't even deserve that from me. Yeah, so, and what are you talking about? Let me go back and see what is you talking about. So, milk me. You can't step in the same river two times. Right? Because the more you heal, the more. Yeah. You're saying so you want them. I don't even know if you really talking to me. Yeah, so, and I'm not talking, if I don't know if you're talking about me, T Man, but I'm not being rude and nasty to anybody by setting boundaries and moving on with my life. If you misunderstand, everything that I'm speaking on, you need to just get off here. And that goes for anybody. If you're intentionally coming on here to argue and get me to explain, because that's what I'm not going to do on here. You could go on one of them other channels and do that. You can. I mean that for I'm running this over here. So you could go somewhere else. I'm giving you the word based off what I've went through. Now, speaking of you, I don't know what you went through, but you're free to talk about it. Hey, Linda, good afternoon. How are you doing? Watching the live, you look nice. Your hair pretty. Thank you. It's old. Was planning to take it out this weekend while we got a long break from work, but I'm not. I'm gonna just chill and take it out probably the end of the week. And you have a great day as well. Yeah, I mean, if it's not for you, you can get off here. Why broadcast your boundaries? It is a personal thing. I don't know. No, you don't have to broadcast boundaries, but you could let them know that you have boundaries. I don't have to let you know anything else after I have been through it with you. We don't got nothing else to talk about. That's the whole point of the live. We don't got nothing to talk about, but I'm not really getting the context of what yeah, but what okay. I'm not even about to answer that. Yes, you need to. Yeah, do need to toughen up sometime because if not, the heart just gonna allow anybody in it, and it's a lesson learned. And it's also like a healing thing for you because you're gonna let everybody in, and then a lot of people they don't have good intentions, and that's how we end up hurt and disappointed, let down, beat down, drained, and it also can turn you cold. But I'm not saying that you should be like that. I'm saying that it's possible that it can turn you to having a cold heart. It ain't gonna like the narc. They don't have that power over me to say you have, that they've turned me cold. You can't do that. It's not possible for you to turn me cold because I'm gonna always be that same person, except I'm stronger. You know, I'm stronger. I know how to set boundaries now. I know the definition of things and I know how it should work for me. I can't speak on everybody because we're all in a different place in their journey, you know. Yeah, so say my granny said if you don't stand for something you'll fall for it. That's right. That's right. And then a lot of us we've gone through being in situations with toxic people with bad intentions because we were vulnerable when they met us. We didn't have anybody. We needed love and attention and support. And they came in the name of that when they're really they were there just for an opportunity to just kind of gain something off of you. And that's been my experience a lot of times with it is with all narcissists. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, well, some of them were good. That's a lie. Not for me, you know. And you can lie to yourself about it, but when we talking about ain't no good narcissists. Ain't no such thing as that. Like, how you? Okay. Oh, thank you, Star the Narcs, for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. You came through yesterday. Thank you so much for that. And today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Say, keeping it up with the truth. Those who know, right. Like, I'm not about to argue how I feel about nothing that I done been through. Like, how you gonna tell me how to respond to something that I've been through? If that's what you wanna feel, then more power to you. Good luck with that, and I just hope that you don't ever, you know, be put through so much to where you just lose who you are and just give it all of them. And for what? So yeah, that's all I want to really talk about is how the narc they're never prepared when you leave. They weren't. Um, and another thing I wanted to mention is you become bold enough to hold them accountable to their face. Like you rise up now, you standing up to them. And at one time, you were kind of afraid to do that because the narcissists, they would stonewall you. They would use all type of tactics to make you feel like that, you're voiceless. And how dare you speak up to me or say something like that. They use their feelings and stuff. Yeah, we don't wish no narcissist on nobody. And I ain't never heard of no narc that, oh, they just needed love. We all need love, but you don't abuse anybody to get love in return. Like, that don't go like that. You can't gaslight me into thinking that. I'm not just, I'm just saying, like, if that was coming off that way. I don't know, because you kind of confuse me. Uh, Let me go back and see. You confusing me a little, and I'm not going to, because I'll be done, don't get nothing twisted on here about niceness. I'll go off if I feel like I need to, and then I'll get straight on off of here. And I get right back on here like if this conversation never even took place. Like, don't do that, because that's not who I am. I'm not getting on here like trying to just say that, you know, dealing with narcissists has made me become this tough person that's just, just stomping on everybody. Like, that's not me. So I consider myself giving too many chances, yeah. But I said it's understandable if you do become kind of cold towards people. I understand it, but I don't agree with it. Not for me. I'm not going to do it, but I understand that sometimes, people get angry quicker than they used to, or frustrated, or you don't trust easy no more. I understand why. Look what they put you through. Yeah, it happens, and lessons learned. That's all I'm talking about, a lesson learned. And a lot of people going to take something different from every situation. I've been with a narc partner, of course, narc co-workers, because that's all I talk about on here. I live around them. They're in my family. It's been like this. It's a spiritual thing. It's a Jezebel spirit. Been here since the beginning of time and gonna be here when we're dead and gone. So it's just about surviving in a world full of them. That's all, and just making yourself aware that it's real. You know, that's all I was saying. But I'm gonna go ahead on and get off here. Just know that it's okay to set them boundaries and don't feel bad about it. You don't have to mistreat them because you don't have to deal with them at all. So there's no mistreating and being mean. It's about putting you first. It's time to put you first. It's about self love now. Love you more. Focus on you more. And it's okay to do that. Don't let anybody make you think that it's, like you got to keep serving them the same way. Like, well, we might as well have stayed together. If I'm going to let you keep coming back to me for the same thing, only difference is we don't live together anymore. Like, what sense does that make? Say, well, there's no escape except education. That's right. Brian said, well, my first experience is when I got discarded and replaced real quick, and I really learned. Say, your first experience. It's good then. It take a lot of us like time and time again, just going through it over and over. So that's good. And again, about setting boundaries. They say, right, doing the same stuff repeatedly. Yeah, nothing gonna change. They not gonna change, you know. And then they get so like, they're so used to being in control. They don't feel like they owe you an explanation, or they don't think they got to prove nothing to you. You know, they're gonna try to beat you down and make you feel guilty for making a choice for you that best fits for you. Brian say, well, it was like 10 years ago. I was very cautious after that. And I don't blame you. And can't even control themselves. They can't. You can't even control yourself. I mean, just from person to person to person, never get enough. Like, you just looking for something to make you feel good. They always searching for the next high. You ain't even come down off that one first. Like, you gonna, oh, hey, you gonna get yourself out of here. Mm-mm. It's crazy, though. But I'm gonna hold y'all. I came on here and said what I wanted to say about that. Again, thank you, J Star of Norks, for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching. I might have to go live like this more often. I see more, but it's just holding a phone. I'm gonna have to get something to prop. I'm gonna get better. But I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.